Hey guys, it's Faison once again with another video. Today we got a new monthly report for the month of March. This one has a lot of juicy new information that we need to delve into. This one we're gonna do an in-depth look at everything you need to know. Let's just get straight into this video. All right, so just to get straight into it, AI content. All right, it says for the recent debut of Star Citizen's first alien NPC with Kello, AI content worked along with the narrative design, animation, audio, art, character art team to prototype the character's general and air traffic control behavior. The team also took a more active role in prepping incoming audio and animation files from the recent capture sessions. With Kello was done well. I like it. I like the fact that once you arrive, he speaks to you. I like the fact that when you land, he speaks to you. I like the fact that when you're in his shop or the area where you can check out the stuff that he has, he speaks to you when you walk up to certain things. He'll give you a little bit more information on it. It's really cool. I like the direction they're going with that. It says development continue on new behavior to support some of the story developments happening in the verse in the coming months. So it looks like we have a lot of new content pertaining to the story development. I like the fact that they're adding character, man. It's making the verse feel more like a natural universe that actually has deep stories that you can actually follow, and it seems like this is just the beginning of that. I'm really excited for it. In the verse in the coming months, finally for AI, they revisited issues in the population behavior of existing landing zones. All right, under AI feature, says in March, AI feature prioritized was the Valakar, specifically the juvenile variant. As a part of the polish phase, new functionality was added to support upcoming gameplay, including replacing ineffective melee attacks with a submerge and relocate behavior when the player gets close. New burrow modes were also added that allows the creature to submerge on the spot rather than dive into a new position. Interesting. All right, new fire modes were added to giving better control over fire rate and damage per shot, depending on whether the target is on the ground or in the air. Bespoke fire and animation variants were also added when firing at a more vertical angle. Interesting. The team also iterated on the Copion integration, new chase technology for more effective attack, including a leap. Nice. The thing with Copion, people just kill them from their ships, so I haven't actually gone on the ground to see what they do, but I guess I'll try it one of these days. For human combat, iteration continued on the first reaction flow escalation, specifically focusing on animation setups for usables so that it works well if the AI is sitting in the chair, leaning on a rail, or crouching to inspect maintenance panels. I have noticed this. The AI is starting to make the world feel realistic. It's awesome. I like the direction they're going with this one. The team also progressed with reaction animation for when AI detects compromised cover. This allows NPCs to appear more responsive to the actions of the player and react appropriately to new threats. Similarly, the team is refactoring the response to combat tactic events, such as a need to reload. This is now done with the tactic behavior itself rather than at a high level, which allows more customization depending on the current situation, leading to better and more responsive behavior. Very nice. All right, AI intelligence, game intelligence development team. In March, the game intelligence development had two main focuses: the full implementation of views and organizations and analysis for mission system 2.0. For views, feature-related tasks are now functional in Star Script, including representation in the script graph. The team also included the new input and output visuals, which makes them more distinctive, while information on the task number was added. An update was also made to the master graph to integrate views into the various functional connected states. This is still work in progress with internal testing beginning soon. For the mission system, the devs continue to explore ways to build a system that will be more efficient and similar and simpler for the game designers to use. Really interesting. Okay. I'm not a developer in terms of gaming, so I don't really understand what this means, but let's just get straight into it. AI tech. The last month, AI tech continued to work on features that will improve overall detail and quality, including finalizing work for spatial priority solver and the priority beacon system. They also integrated these features into the navigation pathfinder tactical point system to help better prioritize and solve requests sent by NPCs close to players. Regarding tools, work was completed on StarScript view to allow the designers to group behavior functions and callback logic. Following this, work began on the visualization improvement for the subsystem master graph. Additional adjustments were made to AI ship logic to enable it to work correctly with new flight modes. The team is currently working on NPC cover generation, optimizing places where cover will be generated, allowing it to be marked with various flags for better context during combat scenarios. This way, NPCs actually knows all the potential cover areas that they could jump to during combat when facing players. All right, so it says for the navigation system, the dev fixed various bugs, including issues with triangularization, generation cases, and an object container export case related to navigation data. They're currently progressing with improvements to 3D navigation for spaceships and NPCs in EVA. Whoo! Imagine NPCs in EVA. So now this is going to lead us into the scenario where you, let's say bounty hunting, right? You soft death a bounty ship and then you have to board the ship to actually apprehend the NPC. So now the NPCs are not going to be able to EVA in the near future. So this way you have to actually go in with your FPS weapon and probably use non-lethal weapon and apprehend them. This is going to lead into bounty hunting and even other aspects of the game. This is going to open things up for so more. Let's say an event happens where you're quantum jumping, you get introduced by NPCs, they somehow disable your ship, and now they're actually coming to board your ship. That's going to be pretty cool. So looking forward to that. Under animation, it says animation team continue development of various sizes of Valakar alongside various sizes. Damn. Okay. Alongside making updates to the Copion, they also updated AI background animations and added disabled animation to the Argo Atlas. Nice. New AI facial animation content was completed too, including for the brand new mission giver Wikello. All right, art character, it says in March, the art character team continued to work on new creatures for the PU alongside Starware art depth. They also kicked off new heavy armor and continue creating various rewards. The concept art team also explored ideas for new in-game rewards and armor. Really good. I look forward to more rewards being added. I like the ones that Wikello has. You have a reason to grind. Right now, I really don't care about the amount of money I make in Star Citizen because it's just AUEC, right? But the reward you can get for some of these missions are pretty awesome. So these are things that I'm actually grinding for. All right, so now ship art. Okay, so in March, the UK-based vehicle content team completed the Drake Golem mining ship and the Argo Atlas Geo mining power suit. The Mistral Lancer attack moved into the final development phase while that's huge. A lot of people are looking forward to the attack while the consolidated Outland Pioneer progress through white box. Huge. A lot of people are waiting for this. A lot of people want this ship, and this is huge. Base building. So we can essentially, I think we'll get base building before the consolidated Outland Pioneer comes out, but it's a good indicator as to how close we are to base build. Okay, so let's look out for that. Benefiting from the additional concept work shown during a recent episode of Star Citizen Live, an unannounced vehicle successfully passed gray box review and moved on to LOD 0 phase. 2 other vehicles received a bug fixing pass on the final content work ahead of their release, and another new ship is currently being prepared for its gray box gate review. Interesting. What ship is that? All right. The NA based team progressed with 2 upcoming RSI ships. The first one, Apollo. A lot of people are looking forward to the Apollo. I can't wait to see it. I really like the silhouette of the Apollo. It looks really cool. Can't wait to see that one. Successfully passed its white box review gate and moved into gray box with support from the concept team on the medical room design. Some aspects progressed significantly due to utilization of the extensive RSI kit created for the Zeus and the Polaris. That's huge. The second is the RSI Perseus. Passed its white box review at the start of March. Like the Apollo, some areas progress visually thanks to the RSI kit. So Invictus, I believe the RSI Perseus is going to drop then, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Apollo drops with it. If not, we'll probably see the Apollo probably towards the fall if they want to separate the sales. But I think the Perseus is coming very soon. Okay, so let's continue. We're continued on 3 unannounced vehicles. 2 variants of the popular ship passed the gray box review. Another variant is approaching gray box review, while on an all-new model entered production in preparation for white box review early April. Really interesting. What are these vehicles? Okay. Under community, this is just community stuff. I'm not really going to cover it because it doesn't really have much to do with the actual development of the game. So let's just get straight into core gameplay. All right. So for the Argo Atlas Geo core gameplay team, completed the suit mining and thruster functionality, added a health bar and damage states, and supported additional improvements to the base Atlas. They also implemented the first version of a weapon overheat mechanic to the bolt parallax energy rifle, which enables a player to engage a secondary fire mode at the risk of overheating. More weapons will gain the overheat mechanic in the future. I look forward to this because the way they did the parallax is awesome. The parallax is an awesome weapon to use. All right, progress was made on engineering gameplay throughout March, with core gameplay supporting various teams and resource network issues and bugs. They also added auto throttling, which reverts to a lower or power off state if an item doesn't have power during an update. Interesting. Changes were made to vehicle coolant. Now effectiveness is based on the item's physical properties, which a specific amount of coolant counteractive heating caused by an equal amount of power. Coolant consumption uses deltas with dynamic override. The maximum coolant request is based on the maximum power consumption multiplied by resource network global parameter. The team also made progress towards implementing heat gameplay for ship thrusters. This includes adding filters to engineering UI to allow players to only see items of a particular category, for example, all weapons or all items with malfunctions. Really nice. I look forward to. I don't know when we're going to see engineering gameplay, but I hope we do see it soon. Selection improvements were also added to the UI. Now the left click will cycle through the 2 closet items useful for doors covering components. The right click will show all overlapping items and allow selection. Work was also completed towards item recovery tier 0, with various items being added to blacklist alongside fixes for related respawn flow issues. Progress was made on FPS radar scanning. Now item components can be detected within vehicles while a player is inside and excluded when outside. The feature debug tool were improved too. Really interesting to see this FPS scanning. I can't wait till when we actually get this to see how this works. The ongoing transit system rework known as the transport system. Huge. We need this thing. we couldn't get this thing sooner. Progress throughout March, with the team adding setup validation and debugging for non-physicalized carriages to better detect setup issues. The ability to connect carriage zones by a transport network needed for minimap routing was added, as were destination categories and prioritizes, along with the means to display destinations on carriage panels. A reward mechanic for collection missions was implemented, which is used for collecting missions, while the ability to automatically retrieve items from freight elevators or ship elevators via the HUD notifications were added. Very nice. For the mission system, the team fixed a bug preventing introductory contracts not counting towards difficulty progression. Sharing prerequisites were also implemented. This allows players to invite others to accept contracts they would otherwise be ineligible for, providing they meet a specific requirement such as locality or reputation. Time was also spent fixing bugs and improving the robustness of the new player experience, alongside solving issues causing various missions to be disabled. Comms notification progressed too, including one-way comm calls from mission givers to the player, and comm notification being triggered by changing mission states such as completed or failed. This is nice. I like this. I like the way Ricardo communicates with you as you're within his facility or even coming to his facility. So having a mission and having the mission giver communicate with you during that mission is also going to be pretty cool. So I like that. The mission designer can now trigger comms notification from the mission logic. They also begin implementing 3D building blocks to display more interesting scenes, as the previous method was no longer supported by the server meshing. Finally, for core gameplay improvements were made to commodity kiosks to give better flow for transaction, while fixes were made for bugs relating to hangars, freight elevators, and ship deliveries. All right, so now under economy, the economy team provided balanced support for supply or die, with the devs deeming it over-tuned on release. Economy worked with the mission design to address the issue as quickly as possible without imposing hard limits. Going forward, both teams will collaborate more closely to establishing a stable and holistic approach to balancing open-ended missions with multiple viable solutions. Our aim is always to maximize players' choice and enable emerging gameplay, but balance against exploit patterns, and that's from the economy team. All right, so under graphics, VFX programming, and Planet Tech, it says here, last month the graphics team overhauled GPU memory management. This allowed them to add new options, a visualization of the GPU memory requirement for each, and auto detection for suitable resolution, upscaling, and graphics. Gas clouds received a major visual upgrade thanks to the same density map shaping and shading technology used by the planetary clouds. Global illumination was upgraded too, with improvements to the image stability and accuracy of both diffuse and specular reflection. Planet Tech V5 continued to make good progress, with the team finalizing distribution and shading of much denser rock formation with more physically plausible placement. The virtual terrain system is also closer to completion, and runtime compression being worked on next. The VFX programming team polished several features such as fire, network bandwidth for damaged maps, and creatures. Interesting. For Vulkan, stability was also improved after discussion with Nvidia led to diagnosis of two potential issues. One of the drivers and one in game workaround to both were added to the latest PTU patch. Under mission design, it says March saw mission design continue to fix various older missions that were deprioritized in the refactor Alpha 4.1 was unveiling to the community on the PTU, introducing a new sandbox activity that players can engage in for unique items. There is a big push for increased population value on missions, with a lot of departments helping out to ensure the experience is best and can get the mission design team. The team also worked on Rayari and Raquello, the two mission givers who require items found during the new mission. Narrative team aligning with the increased release schedule cadence for Alpha 4.1 was a major focus for the narrative team in March. The new Hadar orbital mining facility. This includes adding discoverable data pads around the site, polishing numerous missions that utilizes the new location, and working with the arts to improve directional signage. The patch released also bringing the major milestone of Star Citizen's first alien NPC, the brand new trader Raquello. We had a lot of fun creating the character and making the employment place players would enjoy exploring by the narrative team. Narrative team also ran a capture session that focused on adding dialogue to several upcoming missions, as well as introducing two new faction representatives who players will work with during specific contracts. Additionally, the team helped with refactor some older missions with updated contracts. There were also ongoing work with design to refine some of the locations coming this year to ensure they will provide a rich narrative experience. So adding more and more locations, more and more missions. Hopefully they add more sandbox locations. I'm really liking what they've done with the Hadar location. I like what they did with the contested zone. So if you do some Hadar for a couple days, you can also go to Pyro and do some contested zones, and then you can come back and do something else that they add in the future. So that's going to be really cool. Be able to just go around and do different things. And remember, there's going to be other systems that are also going to have different things like this. So it's going to be really cool to be able to engage with sandbox environments in the persistent universe. All right. So online technology says in March, the Live Tools team focused on improving the usability of their main support tool, X. The online service team worked on the first pass of the service ecosystem to support upcoming development by the gameplay team. Various social improvements were made, including optimization to kicking members from group, the create group flow, and the rollback strategy for add members flow. They also added various metrics to identify the origins of ScilabDB queries, requesting login options and configuration to specific maximize maximum number of concurrent requests. For analytics, configurations were added to HTTP client and enabled Kafka connections. For missions, entities were removed from the shard tag, while the missions systems was updated too. Under research and development, in March, gas cloud detailed rendering was improved using techniques used by planetary volumetric clouds. Now, the artist can refine the density provided by the original gas cloud volume database via procedural noise using runtime shaping and erosion calculation. Moreover, edge albedo can be controlled to further emphasize the cloud volumetric structure. Additionally, a configuration gradient was added to control the blend between the original and the shaped density. This allows the teams to keep the density of the original VDB data in thin areas of clouds while adding more detail to denser areas. For dynamic weather, the rain volume calculation was improved for ease content authoring. The vertical distribution along the local height of lightning event was also refined. Furthermore, the volumetric rendering of lightning was enhanced by providing more flexible in controlling the lightning gradient. Interesting. I can't wait for this to come out. I don't know when this will ever get dynamic weather, but I hope it's sometime this year. Under tech design, it says tech design spent March working on the upcoming in-game event, supporting mission design with gameplay entities and logic flow. They're truly really making this thing a true MMO with all these in-game events, and I'm all for it. I like it. All right, so VFX progressed with their task for developer. They also supported location team with the effects for Alpha 4.1's new mission locations, including the orbital laser platform, borehole, cave, and satellite dish. All right, so that is essentially it. This was a dense one. Let me know in the comments down below which you find most interesting. What are you excited for? I know the RSI purchase is going to be one of them, and the Apollo is a big one for a lot of people in the community. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Before I let you go, I'd like to let you know that my organization, Phase 1 Industries, is now recruiting new and better players. If you're interested, you can find a Discord in the description down below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.